Hello there. This is going to be my review for Ahsoka Episode 6, so as usual, be careful for spoilers, and let's get into the episode. So we open the episode with Huyang and Ahsoka travelling inside the Star Whale to the new galaxy, and this is the only scene with Ahsoka in this episode, and, you know, that's not very good, but it doesn't really hold the episode back, so let's just get that out of the way. So Huyang told stories at the temple, and probably told Balin the stories that he mentioned in previous episodes about Pyridea, as he's telling the same stories to Ahsoka now. He starts these stories with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, which is... I don't even need to say anything, do I? That's pretty great. And it would be quite cool if it turned out the whole Star Wars story was just told from the perspective of Huyang. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. He's a great character. So, the Night Sisters seem to have come from Pyridea and travelled to our galaxy from Pyridea. Yeah, so I have mixed feelings about this. First, in Star Wars Rebels, when it turns out that Agent Kallus didn't actually kill all of the Lasats and they're all still living on their hidden homeworld Lirasan. It feels like that. Like, it kind of takes away from Grievous slaughtering all the Night Sisters. Turns out they're all still alive on Pyridea. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but hey, Night Sisters, right? So Pyridea seems to be like an elephant graveyard style place for the Purrgil, and I kind of like that little touch. Like, we don't really have like an elephant equivalent in Star Wars yet, so like it's great that they're giving these elephant kind of like traits to the Purrgil. So it shows as well, like in real life, elephants are actually quite intelligent, and obviously in Star Wars, the Purrgil are quite intelligent. So, like, it's kind of nice to have this kind of, like, social culture within the animals themselves, that they go to a place to die. I find that quite cool. Sabine and Shin still have that grudge. And this is good. This is really building up to something, and I'm hoping it doesn't lead to the death of Shin, because she's a great character. I'm hoping she, like, down the line goes on to do something great. Well, obviously, Balin's probably not going to live past this show because of, real life circumstances, unless he does something which I'm going to get to later on in the review. So next we see the Night Sisters and the new Great Mother, and they do look great in live action. They're well translated from animation, and I think it's quite cool to see them. So it really seems like Shin Hati is a racist. She doesn't like Night Sisters at all. She doesn't like witches. It's the third time she's brought it up, and I'm starting to think she has something against them. So yeah, I'm still unsure on what Balin actually wants. He's an extremely complex character, and he keeps making these statements and telling these stories and anecdotes that just, it makes you really think, like, what does he actually want from everything he's doing? So we see the Chimera come back, and it seems to be repaired with gold, and I like that kind of aesthetic there, like a medieval kind of vibe. So we hear Thrawn's theme, and it's pretty much this is exact same as Rebels, and obviously it sounds epic and intimidating and dark. Like, I think that just goes for any music played on an organ. An organ itself just sounds ominous. So yeah, so I kind of like that. So Thrawn's troopers look awesome, and they seem to worship Thrawn as a cult, and I kind of like that. Like, they look awesome, and it's like Anakin says to Ahsoka in the last episode, she's going to lose because she lacks conviction, and then you see these stormtroopers that have all the conviction in the world. They fully believe in Thrawn and what they're fighting for. So this will be an intense fight going forward. Enoch is awesome. Reminds me of the Ben 10 character of the same name. This has the same kind of voice filter on him. He has the same gold face grafted onto his armor. And yeah, he looks quite cool. Hopefully he's not a waste of a character. The Night Sisters want Thrawn to take some kind of cargo back into the main galaxy. And this really piques my curiosity. So I'm wondering, like, so obviously it's Night Sister cargo Thrawn. They look like casks. So I'm wondering if they're dead bodies or something, or, you never know, there might be birthing pods. Either way, I think they're looking to repopulate the planet, or maybe they're looking to take over half the galaxy, Something like that, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I feel like it's strange that Sabine doesn't catch on to Thrawn's ulterior motive to allowing her to find Ezra, considering their past. Surely she'd be aware that he wouldn't let her go without a reason that benefits himself, because they do have that history together. Like, she shouldn't be that stupid. Like, you could argue, like, what was she meant to do in the situation? Just not go. But you know, if she just left and then found Ezra and said, look, Thrawn sent me to find you, he allowed me to leave, maybe we should be planning for this. But, you know, I don't know. Sabine's Sabine. I know a lot of people have their feelings towards Sabine, or against Sabine, so, you know, whatever. So the Howler looks to be a cross between a wolf and a crocodile, and I have to just say right now, Sabine's Howler is just the best character in the entire episode. He's, you know, not a very loyal pet. He's a good boy. You know, he's trying to be a good boy. So yeah, I can tell he's gonna be a little bit of a hit in the fandom. Like, he's one of those where, like, he's kind of like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, like, or you know, when they're not meant to be cute, but they look adorable. So, and they act adorable. That, like, it's that kind of thing where it's a beast acting like a domesticated dog or a cat, and it's quite cute. So we get turtle people. So Sabine stumbles across some turtle people that live with Ezra. Yeah, what can you say about them? The turtle people. I guess they're quite cute. You know, they're kind of like the Ewoks of the planet, just, you know, slightly less annoying. We get our now second conversation with Balin, and I'm just sat here wondering, like, what is his end game here? What does he want? Like, because he just keeps dropping these bombs. Like, he keeps talking about stuff and, you know, conveying his opinions and stuff, but he never actually once conveys what he wants out of this. So we're just gonna have to see where that goes. But the way he talks about the planet, it kind of makes me feel like he wants to stay there and rebuild some kind of Force-using order, not the Jedi, maybe something more. And I think Shin's just in the dark about what he's planning as well, because she's constantly asking questions about what his, like, what are we doing? So, yeah, but hopefully all those questions are answered by the final episode, or else they better be, because, like I said, Ray Stevenson is no longer with us. So we're not going to be having further stories with him, at least in live action, unless they decide to do like a Tales of the Jedi kind of episode with Balin Skull played by somebody else. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. So we get Ezra Bridger in live action. He doesn't have his blue hair, so I'm wondering, you know, why. Like, they kept Jason Syndulla's green hair, and Sabine's got her, you know, multicolored hair. So why doesn't Ezra get to have blue hair? So I really want to hear Sabine fill Ezra in on the fall of the Empire. You know, he asks Sabine if it worked, like, because obviously he's been in this galaxy the entire time. He's not seen what's happened in the galaxy since he left. But I think it would be great to see his reaction to hearing that the Empire fell a good 5 years or so after he left. I think I want to see that reaction from him, because it's everything, you know. He started from a kid who never cared to the kid who cared the most. Also, I want to see his reaction to there being other Jedi around. I want to see his reaction to, you know, Luke Skywalker existing, and, like, I guess we're gonna get his reaction to Bagel and Skull being alive. So maybe they'll be having conversations, you know. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see there. So Ezra still has his cheek scars. That's a nice little, you know, continuity touch there. I believe he got these scars from one of the Inquisitors. If I can find the clip, I will put it in the video. So next we get the end scene, and the Night Sisters fill Thrawn in on the approach of Ahsoka, and he ends up saying we're gonna have to prepare for her arrival. He wants to know everything about her background, where she's from, her planet, her culture, her, you know, her master. And I'm thinking, Thrawn knew Anakin. They met each other. So I'm just finding it a bit strange that, of course, Ahsoka was well known. You know, he had Bailey in a couple of episodes saying everyone in the Order, you know, knew Anakin Skywalker, like, and Thrawn knew Anakin Skywalker. They met. So I'm wondering why, by some miracle, Thrawn doesn't know who Ahsoka is, because surely he knew who Balin's skull was, but He didn't know that Ahsoka Tano was the apprentice to Anakin Skywalker, the poster boy of the Jedi Order. The one who supposedly bombed the Jedi Temple during the end of the war. Surely, and she had a public bounty out for her. How did Thrawn never once hear her name and, like, you know who she is? But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll be a case of Morgan saying, "Oh, she was the apprentice to Anakin Skywalker," and he'll be like, "Really? I knew her. I knew him during the war." And that'll be some kind of topic for conversation when Ahsoka and Thrawn inevitably meet. So yeah, so we'll have to just see how all of this goes. Like, it goes for everything I'm saying right now. So all in all, it was a good episode, solid 7 out of 10. Only complaint is really that Ahsoka was only in 2 minutes of this episode. And it's her own show. Like, it's caught a bit of Book of Boba Fettism, and there wasn't much action at all. I feel like the momentum of the last 2 episodes of the series was lost a bit here, because, the past 2 episodes were absolute bangers. Episode 4, we had back-to-back lightsaber duels and space battles, and, the tension of will they actually leave to the other galaxy? And then we got that, bombshell at the end with Anakin showing up. And then with episode 5, we got that full-on Clone Wars flashback and training sequence. The past 2 episodes were just absolute bangers, and I feel like it's just kind of lost the momentum a little bit here. Not that it wasn't good. I mean, I feel like if the past 2 episodes were mid, I'd think this episode was the best thing since sliced bread. But so we'll have to just see. I'll have to see what next week's episode does for me. So yeah, sorry if I sound a bit dry today. By the way, I think I'm a bit ill. I think I'm a bit ill, but hopefully I should clear up by the time I make Friday's upload. Speaking of which, there will be no review next week as I'm away, but I will still aim to pre-record next Friday's upload, ready to go live that day. So that's all for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, support the channel. I will be live streaming Triple XP Battlefront today. I'm working on a way to live stream directly to YouTube from an Xbox, so stay tuned, keep an eye out. Please come join and say hello. It would mean a lot to, have my channel grow a little bit more and, have a bit of a community going here. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.